Sexual assault. Behavior characterized by the making of unwelcome and inappropriate sexual remarks or physical advances in society. Is it wrong? Well, with this show, you wouldn't be able to tell. Well, let me explain. So, I was on the internet the other day. I was bored and I was looking for an anime to watch, and I found the worst romance anime ever. Diabolik Lovers. Diabolik Lovers is the anime, and this anime is depressing and disturbing, not because the actual plot made me sad, but because the story as a whole was just bad. Imagine vampire brothers getting sent one girl and she's supposed to be their sacrificial bride. Now you may be wondering, what the hell does that even mean? And I'm asking the same thing as well. Like, this story makes absolutely no sense, but someone thought this would be a fire manga to write, and some animator thought this would be a fire anime to make. The story is literally about her not so romantic love story. Let's just give a little background. The main character is the girl named Yui Komori. Yui was apparently sent to this house full of vampires, and yes, vampires. Yeah, I was already knowing where this story was going. And the person who sent her there was none other than her father. But as you learn throughout the rest of the first episode, he wasn't her actual father. So it explains why he was able to let her go to such a toxic environment. The dude does not love her, clearly. Now, onto the actual main attraction. Reiji, Shu, Laito, Subaru, Aito, and Kanato. Reiji is a nerdy looking dude with a very serious attitude, and he looks like he got a stick up his butt because he acts like he is better than everyone. Then you get Laito, Aito, and Kanato, and they are complete horny freaks. It's so bad that Laito and Aito got nicknames for Yui. Laito calls her little B word and Aito calls her Pancake. First of all, Pancake is one of the craziest nicknames I've ever heard. I'm pretty sure he's referring to her chest because most anime girls have no cheeks anyways. Secondly, the little B word is not Riz. Every time I hear him say that, I cringe because what the hell even is that? Kanato is a loli and acts like a child. There's nothing else that needs to be said here. Subaru is a hothead. Shu is the oldest and clear head honcho. He just sleeps half the time, just parading as that guy and cares for absolutely nothing else at all. Clearly this show was made for girls who like vampire stuff because all of these dudes were just a-holish and sexual predators, and there's way too many characters to develop in such a short amount of time. Anyways, episode 2 is kind of where the plot begins. This is where Yui learns that she has to go to school, but since they are vampires, they have to go to school at night. And this is where Ayato gets his first go at Yui. You may be thinking, what do you mean by go? I mean, he starts sucking her neck. I guess I know nothing about vampires because I thought the minute that they start sucking the blood out your neck, you're finished. To my disbelief, he sucked on her neck twice while at school and once underwater. Now, mind you, the underwater scene might not make a lick of sense to you without context, and I still feel like it doesn't make sense regardless. First of all, Reiji catches Aito sucking on Shorty's neck, and he goes, "Hey bro, the hell is wrong with you? I thought we agreed for you to do all that stuff in your room at home. Take Shorty back to the crib, you little freak out boy." And Aito goes, "Okay," like a good little boy. And then the next scene, they're in front of a pool. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure he meant for you to take her to her rooms. And to show dominance, when Yui comes to, because she passed out from the blood loss earlier, he picked her up, walked her to in front of the pool, and tossed her in. And he was like, "Yo, if you want out the pool, call me daddy." Shorty looked at the dude and was like, "Ain't nobody calling you daddy," and drowns. Yes, she drowns. Yui doesn't know how to swim. And so as a normal person with a working brain, you would assume if someone sees someone drowning, you would go and save them by pulling them out the water, right? No. This dude jumped in the water, kissed her underwater, and started sucking on her neck underwater. Then the episode ended. Yeah, this was the first wild brother. It just keeps getting worse and worse. The next brother is Loki, the last brother that I thought would be involved in this nonsense, and that's Shu. And that's because he's just one of those guys who just seems to care less about everything. But yeah, Yui went to go take a bath one afternoon, and Shu was in the bathtub with water up to his neck, fully dressed and with his little AirPods in. And Yui, being the little airhead that she is, walked straight up to him instead of leaving. She's either dumb or brave, and I'm honestly thinking she's dumb. And then she goes, "Hey, Big Papa Shu, why you got clothes on in the bathtub?" Then the Rizzler says, come take them off me then, shorty, if you so worried. And Yui started blushing, and then one thing led to another, and she got horny, pulled her into the pool, started sucking her neck. She resists, and he pushes him a little and goes, I thought you were different. And his stoic guy go, I'm a vampire, shorty. And then went back to sucking her neck. I'm not gonna lie, for this show, this scene was fire as hell. I was like, what the heck? Shu was mad gangster with it. I'm not gonna lie. The next brother is a two-parter. So Yui's at school and runs into Kanato. Bro starts tripping, and now he's thirsty, and Yui puts her bag down and goes and gets him a drink. Why she's acting like his servant, I have no idea, but she is. She brings him back some coffee and gets mad and says she should have known that he likes sweet things. So he goes, never mind, and starts walking out to school. And she starts looking for a bag, and he goes, yo, it's on the roof, I put it there. Weird that little jit. So this is where everything happens. I had to set it up so it makes sense. She gets to the roof, gets her bag, and is about to leave when Laito, the freak nigga that calls her the little B word, chilling up there, and bro is freestyling. Okay, not really. He's reciting some poems, and he overhears Yui behind him and instantly teleports behind her. Then he decides to punish her by, you know what, sucking on her neck. And it was a full moon that night, so it is even worse now. He's triple horny. Somehow she escapes, but I low-key get the feeling he let that happen because he likes to chase. Shorty gets to the streets thinking she's really just escaped dude just for him to catch her. The blood loss had to be catching up to her because the next thing you know, she faints in his arms. Yui then finds herself in a bed, and I think the only reason why she wasn't getting her neck sucked on while she was passed out is that he wants her to be aware that he's doing it because he's a freak. Yui tries to be sneaky and sneaks off to a church where she begins praying, and guess who finds her? If you guess a Mr. Certified Freak 7 days a week, you guessed right. Because he starts kissing her and down her thighs in church. And the way this show be moving, I know he got a little frisky with shorty, if you know what I mean.
Force you to submit. You will let me explore all of the places you've been too embarrassed to show anyone before.
I bet you're thinking you have no way of editing these videos. Well, you don't need to worry about that. Here at Ace Media, you can get your videos edited by professionals. I know you guys have been watching my videos for a while, and you all have seen how well edited my videos are. Not only are they editing these videos well, but I'm getting them out to y'all on time every time and have never missed an upload. Why are y'all being reluctant to live out your dreams? Anyways, for the people that want to live out their dreams, if you come through this link in the description and use code ENVY, they'll be ready to have a meeting with you, and you will get 20% off your initial contract. Now back to the video. Kanato is probably the most annoying brother. In my opinion, he acts just like he looks, a grown child. I've never seen a person make a big deal out of nothing unless you're my girlfriend. Nah, I'm just playing. I love you, babe. But yeah, lil bro was just a mess. He finds Yui doing some lawn work and asks her to bring some flowers somewhere for him, and when they get there, they're at Kanato's mother's gravesite. She asks why did she end up the way she did, aka dead. This dude goes, nah, I killed her, nonchalantly, like this is regular, and then puts down the flower and as a normal person starts walking away. And it just got mad, like, what? Bro, you're weird as hell. He goes, you selfish as hell. I brought you here to see my mother's gravesite, and this is how you act when things get uncomfortable? You walk away? Now, he starts throwing his flowers. The petals are now all over the place. So Yui, who can clearly see that he has several screws that are loose, starts to do what any rational human being would do. And in a horror movie fashion, the girl falls. She freaking falls on her butt. He starts sucking her neck and her boobies too. So now you might be thinking that, oh, that was it for the episode and that nothing else happens. But no, we are blessed with a double header. She's walking back to the house and she gets upstairs, and Reiji, the annoying brother, the series brother, is next. We all are normal, right? Some of y'all are weird, but if you hear some moaning, for example, or weird sounds in someone's room, you usually leave that alone and mind your business. Well, Yui clearly isn't a normal human being. And the more and more I watch this show, the more I realize that she actually likes all of this torment. Why, you might ask? Well, I think we are all smart here because he starts sucking her neck too. So you see, she walks to the room and Reiji goes, "You are both walking into my room while I'm asleep." And she goes, "I just heard you moaning and I had to see if you were okay." ISOP. Why this part is so annoying is because Reiji has been nothing but an a-hole to Yui, and for some reason she wants to be buddy-buddy. Reiji offered to get some tea, and when he got some tea, he poured some for himself, and that was it. It was like, if you wanted some tea, you came to the wrong place. Now, first of all, this was one of the dumbest scenes I've ever witnessed, because why would you offer her some if you weren't going to give her any? Was it to assert dominance? Do you feel dominant now? Do you feel like a man? Anyways, then he turned around 2 minutes later and was like, "I think I've decided to give you some." At that point, a respectable human being would have been like, "Hell no. You're not finna disrespect me and then give me some when you choose to." But Yui has no self-respect and took the tea and sipped it and immediately started feeling numb and dropped the teacup. Yeah, he poisoned her. And when she fell, she cut herself on the teacup. And that's when the vampire in him decided to come out. And he picked her up and put her up against the wall and started sucking on her neck. Here's the best part. People in the comments and I were both saying she should stand up for herself. And well, I guess the animators heard us. Not really. And she pushed him off her. And this might be the cringiest, lamest, goofiest thing I've ever heard. And he goes, "If you don't stop, I'm going to bandage your hand so well and so tight, you are going to lose circulation in your hand, and it will fall off." Like I said. And then there are girls in the comment section talking about, "Damn, she's so lucky. I wish that could have been me instead of her." The last brother somehow had the most normal encounter with Yui. Subaru, who is seen to be the hothead, actually started to look a little regular. There was a moment where Subaru gave Yui a chance to escape the whole crazy place, but her Stockholm syndrome wouldn't allow that to happen, and she stayed. So this dude decides to give her a silver knife, which is what is used to kill vampires. You might be wondering, why the heck is he being kind to her? Why would he give her a weapon to use against them? Well, I have no idea. Apparently, he claims that if he wanted to die, he wanted her to kill him. Anyways, Yui found out how the triplets killed their mother and decided to run away from them and ran into Subaru. He goes, "You had a chance to escape and get away and you saw that. And that's all your fault," which is something we all believe. Anyway, she tries to be all buddy-buddy with him, and he goes into crazed lunatic mode and yells at her to get away from him. They start talking for a bit, and Subaru gets emotional and asks her, "What do you want from me?" And starts going on a whole pick-me rant. "Oh, why would you want to be around someone like me? I'm such a bad person and have no good qualities." She doesn't even get to answer, and he pulls her in for a hug, which was the most human thing any of them has done all show. And then 3 seconds later, without a hitch, he starts doing the same thing all his brother's been doing, sucking on that little girl neck. Yeah, this anime is incredibly stupid and dumb. It doesn't even make sense, because first of all, why does Yui have infinite blood? She's been getting sucked on non-stop and hasn't even died. She passes out from blood loss every other day, but it's like she has an infinite reservoir of blood. And she just keeps bleeding all day and all freaking night. That part of the story just doesn't make any sense, and it never will to me. And she keeps saying she hates this place, but it almost seems the opposite because she decided to stay after she had a chance to escape. She's dumb and is stuck there forever. The vampires are all weirdos, and the most respectable one is Subaru, even though he's weird. I did not finish watching the show before I recorded this video because it's nauseating. But yeah, if y'all love this video, drop a like and subscribe and comment down below if you would like another video in this type of format. Anyways, I love y'all forever and always, and peace.